Why specifically, although you mentioned it in the video earlier on, why Picasso? Why not any other artist name?
Yeah. Well, we thought that it was an apt name because Picasso really stood for transformation. I mean, he transformed the way people saw art and the way people defined art, etc.
So are you also after transforming the way service apartments are going to be looked at?
Is that the business model that you're trying to propagate now, come up with more niche type concepts like this?
Well, of course, we'd like to expand on this, needless to say. But I mean, when we thought about transformation, we were really thinking about it in the context of taking an old building that was sitting in an ideal location and really making it something different and making it something that would be what do you call this, an eye-opener for people, if you will.
Moving away from the Picasso concept, do I take it that the enterprise that you're looking at, or that you are developing or standing on, is essentially looking at things to transform, specifically buildings or residences or some other form of real estate property, to transform it, to bring it not to necessarily its old glory, but to its highest
and best use.
Yes.
And something that's transforming, no? In fact, you've done quite a number of buildings that way, no?
Right.
But you know, I must admire you. No, seriously, I must admire you, because you could have easily tore down the building and put up something else.
Yeah.
Right.
And I guess there's great value for that kind of entrepreneurial activities.
Thank you. Yeah, we that was certainly one of the things that we considered. But we felt that the building had a legacy, and we wanted to retain that, if you will. Right? But you know, there's really two business models rolled into one here. There's the development business model, and then there's the operating business model.
Correct.
And both our company, we have two companies, and one handles one side of it, and the other handles the other side of it. Right? The beauty about this particular project is that both came together, if you will.
Yeah.
Right?
The development side and the operating management side.
You know, the development side is the first half of the game, if you will, right? But once that's done, then the operating side kicks in, and that's where you basically have to make sure that you get the returns for the people who have invested in the assets.
But the entrepreneurial thinking will really come from at the development side.
No, it's really on both sides.
On both sides.
Yeah, it's really on both sides, to be frank.
That's very good.
So this one sort of fuses two business models into one effective one, no?
So it is possible that as you niche into a market, that you can use both the developmental side and the operating or service side to be able to niche in that market.
In fact, they feed into each other, and that's the key strength of this entire project.
Very, very, very interesting. Well, I think we have the very great discussion with you, Smack. Thank you for sharing with us
My pleasure.
all these discussions. And when we come back, we will sum up the lessons learned from our mentoring session when Enterprise returns. Welcome back. I'm Professor Andy Ferreria of the Asian Center for Entrepreneurship and Management Education. I too am part of the One School. I'd like to be able to share with you what we learned in this session. Clearly, one major change in real estate or in area is time. But this time changes are creeping, so incremental that you don't notice it. Sometimes it takes 5 years to be able to see the entire change. The case we had today was looking at the changes and how these changes can be able to be used for better use of the land. So our entrepreneur today saw that change, and I therefore warn a lot of people who are in real estate, look at your environment. Even at the time you set up the building, it was the correct environment. It was the correct building for the environment. However, as time changes, and these changes you never notice, will drive you to change the use of the land. We also found out in this episode that beside the large picture that you have to look at in terms of the property, we also will have to look at the micro market and how we're able to distinguish ourselves from the rest of the players in this game. Well, that's it for the Enterprise in this session. We will come back next week, same time, only at Enterprise as you continue your journey towards gaining personal financial freedom.